Alright, and we're back. I'm gonna try to play for a little longer today. It just depends on if my dogs are behaving. I was going over the footage from the other day, and I know they were being some real cunts. The fucking puppy is driving me nuts. It's about 10 this morning and she's already going fucking crazy. Wait. Okay, I swear to God I tried this way. If I ever blow through the text too fast, just let me know. So a little fun fact about this series. When I was a kid, I thought this was like the only game. It's actually the, I don't want to say like the 4th or 5th, but it's a, it's in there. The original games were on PlayStation, and they played more like Final Fantasy Tactics. It's like the most backwards ass RPG there is. There's nothing to do. You can't buy any weapons. You can't really do any side quests. One day when I ever get around to figuring out how to capture like actual footage from some of my old cartridges, I really want to show off some of my like ridiculous shit I used to do. Okay. Because I have a save file where I made like every goddamn weapon. Oh shit, wrong way. Oh shit, see, I gotta go grind anyway. Fuck that, nigga, I wanna grind. You do have MP in this game. It's Dungeons and Dragons style rest MP. So like you have 5 uses of something and resting lets you get it back. Speaking of which, yeah. Do I have nothing? Oh. Bothered me not having that in the first slot. Poke. 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 Oh shit, you can Giga Drill break. How did I do that? Oh, it's just holding the attack button. Yeah! Oh, we're sticking with drills. Fuck that. So the general rule of thumb is whatever the item is, that's basically what you're going to get elemental pieces of. So like the matchbox we found is going to give us like flame fragments. The cup we found is going to give us like water fragments. Like the canteen is going to give us a shitload of water. Everything will usually give you a little bit of everything. And that's not even accounting for like the end game shit, because the actual game stops at floor 50, but you can still go all the way down to floor 100. Let's heal, because I like seeing sugar. So, I own this, but I never got the sequel. And I had to emulate the sequel. And the sequel is a better game, for the most part. The graphics are a little cleaned up. There's not much of an extreme difference between like the overworld and the battle screens. Like if you compare the battle screen to the overworld, it's like 2 totally different fucking games. It had to be a way different artist who did the battle sprites, because I don't like these like little smudged turds that are the overworld sprites. And the sprites look better in the sequel. It's because I mean, even I like the battle sprites, but they kind of look rough. She looks like a bad plush toy somebody would make at a anime convention. But the worst part of the sequel are the voice clips. And, that little questionnaire we had to do to get the, Summon Beast at the beginning of the game, in the sequel, it just totally changes it. It's like hanging off the side of a cliff, and your character is like, "Oh, what is that? It's a," and then you get a dialogue option to pick. And I always picked, her name was like Dina or something. She's like half angel, half demon trapped in the same body. You always pick the little girl. Come on. I found out that there is a rabbit summon beast in this game. I think in the future I'll have to do another playthrough with the boy and choose the rabbit. I know when I play through the sequel, I'm gonna play as the boy, because once upon a time I cosplayed him, so it's pretty much my divine right to play as him. I'm like slowly remembering a little bit more about this game as I play it. Holy shit, knock it off. Oh yeah. What am I doing? So there are switches hidden around the dungeon to open these locked doors with. But the problem is, it's the like invisible switch in the wall kind of thing. You have to like poke around all the walls. Really, I mean, the best that you find in this game are like armor pieces or... Oh shit, I'm stupid. The best that you find are armor pieces or like... just better materials you wouldn't find until later. Oh yeah, I killed one of them. But yeah, the worst part of the sequel and the voice clips are the oh my fucking Jesus. The half angel, half demon girl I was talking about has like the most grown-ass woman voice you will ever hear coming out of a little girl. It is absurd. It's kind of like when I saw the English dub of Prisma Ilya, and fucking Ilya sounds like a goddamn... like a mom. Oh shit, I'm gonna need coffee soon. I'm like sucking that down. I know something I want to stream soon is I want to stream the PS2 remakes of Phantasy Star 1 and 2. I bought the Sega Ages Phantasy Star and beat it. I'm actually playing that goddamn Sega Heroes mobile game right now because they added fucking Phantasy Star characters. Wow, a whole one attack. But, I think that's actually a good cue to stop, just because you don't know if there's, like, a ball. Usually, this game is pretty good about telegraphing, like, bosses after a save point. Oh yeah, it's time to leave. Well, howdy doody. You know what? No, I'm gonna push it. I saved. We'll be fine. Famous last words. Oh, see? See what happens when you don't puss out. I was actually farting around with the sequel on my Raspberry Pi out in the living room because, so the way that my house is set up is I have, surely I've talked about this before. Let me scratch up a little picture. So, the guy who used to own my house before me, it's a fun story involved with my house too. Basically, the best part about living in buttfuck nowhere, Indiana, my house was $78,000, and by the time I was done with the negotiating, we talked it down to like 65. You know, you can, I've said this before, I know the West Coast and the East Coast likes to be like, oh, fucking fly over states, but you know what? I pay... If it wasn't for the fact that I pay more just to pay it off quicker, my house payments would only be like $400 a month. And no, it's not some piece of shit. We're all fucking rednecks out here. I was up in my attic the other day fixing a fucking pipe. But the main living room of my house used to have a garage, but the guy who lived here knocked it out for more space in the living room. So, and then of course, there's more out this way. Let me make a little dotted line. And you're going gonna be like, what the fuck is this? But trust me, I will make this work. Alright, so if you look at this chaotic mess of a picture I've drawn, the red circled area is my main living room, where I've got the sweet-ass TV, a sectional, and because I live in a 3-bedroom house, you know, you've got space. So my main living room has a Switch dock, the Xbox One, the PS4, and it's got a Raspberry Pi I built. And I know the whole meme about like, oh, you haven't gone 10 seconds without mentioning Raspberry Pi. I'm not one of those people. I love my Pi because, again, having all this space and having 3 fucking dogs that have to constantly be babysat like children, you know, it gives me a spot to have like a little emulation station, because the NES and the Super NES are like some of my favorite fucking consoles of all time. So the blue circled area to the right is my man cave, and the dotted line I drew is where the guy knocked out the wall and turned the garage into more living room. So in the middle of the U shape, I drew 2 arrows. Those lead into the kitchen. You can actually kind of see like a traced line on the ceiling of the kitchen where the door that used to lead to the garage used to be, because my kitchen is, I mean, it's better than the 1-bedroom apartment I had where the kitchen was a part of the living room, but the kitchen I have now is just this teeny tiny little space. And the best part about walking around in the man cave side is you can actually feel the concrete under under the carpet, where like he didn't put any kind of padding down, he just threw carpet on top of the concrete. And the U in the center is the utility closet where my you know, water heater and all that shit are. And the tealish turquoise energy, the tealish circle above the red circle is my office. It's where we are now. And the arrow to the left is the rest of the house. I'm not gonna draw the entire house. I'm not gonna waste your fucking time that much, but everything is kind of like to the left of my house. My bedroom is just totally empty. It's a bed and some dressers, because, you know, I spread all my shit out in the rest of the house. I was buying furniture when I first moved in. I was like buying fucking furniture just to have my living room feel full. There's even still like a big empty space on one side of my living room. I always jokingly refer to it as the no man's land. It's where I set the potty pads for my dogs when I go to work. And it's nice, but I have brown carpet, so when they miss the potty pads, it's like walking through a fucking minefield. And over in the man cave, I have my old computer set up too. So, I have a Steam Link. I got this one. You know, people get drunk, they go out and they act fucking stupid. But when I get drunk, I make poor decisions based on like video games. So, like 2 or 3 years ago, when Steam was discontinuing the Steam Link, they put it on like a super sale where you could buy a Steam controller and the Steam Link for like $30. So I did it. And again, I have the Steam controller right here. I love this thing, but the only problem I have with it is the actual handles that you're supposed to hold are backwards. So it's like, I don't know, like take an Xbox controller and like hold it backwards. It's really fucking weird. It takes some time to get used to. But the batteries on that thing are fucking unreal. It takes 2 AA's, and I haven't changed them for like 2 years. When I still had my apartment, it was nice for like, you know, picking something like Fallout or Oblivion or something like that, just playing it on my couch. But now that I've got a Steam Link out in the living room, and I had to I've got an entire network set up around my house. I have my router set up here in the office, and I've drilled holes through my walls up along the ceiling and run Ethernet cords to my bedrooms and to the living room. But I can't quite reach the man cave. So the shit that's in my man cave, you know, my second Switch dock, my PS3, my Xbox 360, and my old computer, they're all wireless. I had to buy a little antenna for my old computer. It just makes me nervous to use my old computer, because sometimes I will turn it on and play like a couple games out in the living room if I don't want to be too far from the dogs. Like when I was on vacation, I played a lot of shit out in the old computer, which made me mad because I want to use my fucking new computer, but I got a puppy who's like at the height of bad behavior right now because she's going through another growth spurt. So, God fucking forbid, I walk away from my living room for longer than 10 minutes. Which, speaking of which, probably when I get out of the cave, I'm gonna have to research. I'm gonna have to. Well, one, I want to refill my coffee, but two, to make sure the dogs aren't up to anything fucking stupid. Oh shit, there's the fucking pad. So one of the things about the sequel that is the biggest pain in the ass is, so right now we're gonna go forge some new weapons. I'm gonna go talk to Braun, see if I can't get some more goddamn weapons. Oh, it's not gonna let me. I think you have to forge each one before it lets you pick from a new selection again. Oh. Just to... Just for the variety. We're gonna get a better Knuckle soon anyway, so... Let's see if we can't get a better Knuckle now. Yeah, see? Knuckles that fit like gloves. Yep. Alright. Be gone. Oh shit, what do I have to do? Oh, timeout. That's gotta be like a bug. I don't remember if this was a secret test or not. I know there's like a subplot about somebody selling bad swords. Alright, timeout. It's coffee time. Sorry about that, I had to pick up a small mess while I was out there. My animal's driving me fucking nuts. Even my rabbit's been so fucking bad lately. I don't know if he's just getting stir crazy from being in here alone. I mean, he's technically not alone, he's got the bird. I was gonna make a dumb shitpost video about it, but I'm just too fucking upset. I don't know how the little fucker did it, but somehow my rabbit managed to worm his way into my closet, and he chewed the cable off the back of my CRT, and I'm so fucking mad because when I play emulators, I have to turn on the, I gotta turn on filters. I don't use filters when I stream because I know they upset people, but, when I'm playing personally, I have to have filters. And, the best filters in emulators come from anything Sega does. And I'm not even that big of a Sega fanboy. Like, I had Segas at my dad's. I had the Model 1 and the Model 2. And I don't know if my sister was just rough as shit on them, but they were always broke, they never worked, we were always missing cables. And, but I had a couple of alright games for it. Like, I mean, obviously I had the Sonics. I had a couple of, like, these James Pond or whatever, like the fish dude. Hang on, I'll be right back. I hear my dog's acting a fool. But oh shit. Yeah, I ain't getting his spear. That's fine. I don't use spears anyway. But, no, getting back to what I was saying, the emulators that Sega does are fucking amazing, and I shouldn't even give credit to Sega. It's M2, I think the company is. It's mind-blowing. I don't know if they just get the source code. I mean, they have to, for when they do, like, the Sega Ages shit, but, they, like the 3DS Sega games that I have, because I bought like Gunstar, both Streets of Rage. I think those were the only ones I bought, because they never actually put any in the Phantasy Star. Oh shit. Basically, my attack dumping has come back to haunt me. Oh shit. Oh, something's gotta give. Oh, shit. Oh. Oops. Oh shit. Damn it. Yeah, let me go rest up. Let's do... There we go. Let's do the sword. The swords never let us down. But, okay, for the 500th time. The M2 games actually, like... And I think I've read how they do it before. They emulate it in a 3D space to be able to do this. But, basically, you can, you know, I like turning on the hard CRT lines, where it gives it kind of the rough look, but it like wraps the screen. Let me see if I can find a picture of it to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a good one. Oh shit, I gotta save it. Let me blow this up real quick. Alright, so see the curving around the screen there and the kind of dark CRT lines? That's what I'm talking about. They do really, really fantastic job with it, but the biggest problem is that my CRT, before it was so heartlessly destroyed by my rabbit, was it had a burn end to it where a couple spots on the screen were just, I mean, they were burned out. The tubes were burned out, and there was like warped colors, and like yellows almost kind of looked green, and like the reds looked pink, and like blues looked purple, and I mean, it just, the kind of shit that you can't emulate. It has to be a real CRT. You have to it's distorted, and I love the shit out of it for that. And that would be the only reason that I keep like a CRT around. Plus, it was a decent sized CRT too. It was like 40 inches. Alright, we're just gonna kill this faggot because I don't even want the axe. There we go. Alright, what have we learned? Boop. Always pick sugar. Alright. I'm looking this shit up. Well, now I just feel stupid. See, maybe if I didn't always pick Resi. Or maybe if I didn't always pick sugar, I'd know. Well, goddamn. I guess that answers that. So when I do my boy playthrough, I'll have to go in, pick Razzie every time. Give me another drill, you son of a bitch. Get rid of my old shit. Eventually, as you keep forging weapons, you start unlocking elemental variants of the shit you already have. It's kind of your way of being able to get elements from summon beasts you don't have. So like, with me having Sugar, who is clearly the water elemental, I don't remember if you can, like, dual element on your weapons. I think you could in the sequel. Speaking of which, I think she got a new spell. Yep. There is no point to putting items on your bar because it wastes one of your little MP things there. The little yellow diamonds at the bottom. Punch him. Ugh. Well, that wasn't as satisfying. I know right now somebody is watching this getting pissed off at how I'm dumping my stats around. God damn it, put more into agility if you're gonna use the drill. now. You know what I'm shocked of? My Magic School Bus video keeps getting views. Like, every day I'll poke around at some of my statistics, and it's like, oh, and it got another 20 views. It's like, is it people like, haha, look at this loser? Is it like, I can't help but wonder if it's like, you know, because part of the reason I'll play stuff is because, like, when I first found out about, like, the Rex Ronan game from like 20 years ago, okay, let me back that up. I think this was a conversation I had on Banjo-Tooie that was totally erased from time when I somehow managed to mute myself like a fucking tard. But I said it 1,000 times, I'll say it 1,000 times more. My favorite cliche is the Fantastic Voyage plot. It is the whole reason why I'm a doctor. One of the very first Christmases I can remember, my parents got me some Magic School Bus tapes, and, I mean, a couple of them were the Digestion episode and the Germ episode, and, I mean, after that, I mean, this was the same Christmas I got my fucking Super Nintendo, I think, and I gave more of a fucking shit about the Magic School Bus tapes than I did my Super Nintendo. At the time, of course. But, yeah, after that moment, my parents and my grandparents couldn't buy me enough human body books to make me happy. Well, I should say to sate my appetite. Of course it made me happy. So, I remember hearing about all these edutainment games on the Super Nintendo before, on, I think it's Hardcore Gaming 101, and, you know, back in the day of when I used the internet, there wasn't YouTube, you didn't have Let's Players, you didn't have much of anything. So, I can remember trying to look up everything I could about Rex Ronan. And again, remember, I've said this before, I used to be like a little bitch about emulators. I used to be like, oh no, I'm gonna get in so much trouble if I use this. So, I kept trying to find anything I could about this game. So, one of the goals of this channel is to make footage of all the stupid fucking games that only I would give a shit about, so that other people like me can see it. So, like, I did play Rex Ronan before, but that was before I talked. So, I might do it again. And that game is some rancid dog shit, man. I mean, it's an edutainment game on the Super Nintendo. What did you expect? But... No, I bought a copy. I fucking bought a copy. You know how much of a pain in the ass it was to track it down? You couldn't buy the edutainment games yourself if you wanted to. They were only available in a special catalog to, like, dentists and hospitals and stuff like that. So me buying it a couple of years ago, like I did, I had to track it down on eBay. And I've got, like, a shitload of all these shitty fucking retro games that, because I had to go out of my way to find them, because nobody makes games like this. I would totally fucking buy them. I bought a cassette tape of Fantastic Voyage on the ZX Spectrum. I bought the Atari 2600 version of Fantastic Voyage. There's an Amiga version that I'm still tracking down. And the Amiga version was the last version of the game produced. And it's, I mean, if you've ever seen the Amiga, it's basically a computer version of the Super Nintendo. Somewhere around a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis. But, yeah, I tracked down a fucking copy of Rex Ronin on eBay. I have a problem. I bought, you know, one of the coolest games I ever bought on my 360 was Microbot. And I'm so fucking mad that never got ported to the Xbox One. I don't even think it's on Steam. You know what? Fuck this. I'm checking if it's on Steam right now. Nope. It ain't. I can't believe so much of this shit requires... Huh. Hold on now. Oh, there's a couple things here. In the meantime, I'm definitely finding... Oh, it's anime. God damn it. Yeah, there's a couple things showing up on here that I'm like, why the fuck? couple of these are like, Alright, I gotta stop looking at some of these, because some of the... I'm wasting your guys' time. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. I got a couple ideas for things in the future. Man. It's so hard to ask for something that just isn't hot garbage. Alright. These are the only goddamn things bandages are worth. Not wasting my fucking magic points. Yeah, Hardcore Gaming 101 was such an awesome website. I've heard they've really gone to shit lately. Well, not lately. Lately as in, like, within the past couple of years. I know one of the things I heard is they have a more overt social justice angle, which is obnoxious. But, like, oh no, don't drop me down that pit. Let me activate the goddamn... There we go. That's where I learned about some more obscure shit, like, I learned about the Shockman series, which, I want to do a stream soon of, like, bootleg Mega Man games and shit. And, I bought Shockman on my Wii. And I know the worst part about trying to do, TurboGrafx or PC Engine is, some asshole is selling the emulator. There's no, like, free way to use it. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a free way, but... yeah, there's, like, Shockman. There's, like, this god-awful X3 port on the Genesis that just plays like complete shit. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Okay. I fuckled. Let's give agility some love. I got plenty of strength. Pain in the ass, let me hit you. I was such a little dick when I played this game as a kid. I would forge like multiple versions of the same sword. Because there's some in-game swords you get that are fucking ridiculous. I know, you have to forge a sword to fight the final battle with. And, you get a second craft beast at the end of the game, and you can choose to give up one of your beasts to make this weapon. I mean, you don't give them up permanently. They you know, the power of love and all that. But, can I rest in this bed? I sure can. I'm telling you, man, this is driving me fucking nuts. There's gotta be... War of attrition! Fuck you! Fuck you! Well, don't tell me I just had to push my way through these doors this whole fucking time. God damn it. Okay, so no, I was right. You can't just push through these fucking things. Alright, give me another drill. Damn it. Sweet. Oh, it's gonna make me play catch up. What's up? Catch up. Alright, we will call it here today. Ugh. Save Razzie for next time. Ugh. Alrighty. It's been real, friends. Let's do this again soon.